Well, if the pre-recording banter is any indication, this is going to be a lively podcast today. This is going to be a fun one. I tried to put together a roundtable about tipping and etiquette and leaving reviews and things, and no one seemed very interested. So we are building the perfect wedding playlist today. We have 3 wonderful wedding DJs, and then I'm going to be participating as number 4. We have Alan Chitlik with Puget Sound DJ. We have Greg Lowder with Affairs to Remember DJ Entertainment. And then we have David Schwartz with Orion Entertainment, who is joining us. Alan and Greg and I bickered back and forth for a good couple hours about this. So we're all kind of on the same page, right? I wanted to use a list. I have at my disposal, which I'm going to use, the top 200 requested songs per whatever Greg sent over, some fancy DJ service. But
DJ event planner.
DJ event planner. But basically, let's let everyone say hi, and then we'll say what's going on. Alan, say hi.
Well, hello. I'm Alan from Puget Sound DJ.
Greg.
I'm Greg Lowder, Affairs to Remember Entertainment.
And David.
I'm David Schwartz of Orion Entertainment, coming at you live in some point in time from the Good Vibes studio.
There you go. Yes. David's also a fellow podcaster, which is exciting as well. This will be fun. Alan's normally a little more buttoned up, so I think today we'll really let him get loose and goosey with picks. Woo! So what we're doing, we're gonna build the perfect wedding playlist. So imagine, we're back at weddings now. They're opening up. We're getting back to full dancing. You do your first dance and your mother son or whatever, father daughter. Open dancing starts. Boom. These are the next, and we're going to do a draft around. We're going to do 10 songs apiece. Hopefully, if it takes forever, maybe we'll cut it down. But there we go. So everyone knows the premise. Alan didn't want to use the list. I'm going to use the list, and we're going to see how we're going to go. Ready?
And we drew for numbers.
And I'm going to put the Google Doc in the podcast so you can see everybody's lists and whatever, and you can follow along. So I am number 1 in the draft, and my pick coming in hot and fresh is number 1 on the most requested wedding list. Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, gets everybody on the dance floor, gets moms, dads, gets grandmas, grandpas, everyone comes running, little kids. You can't beat that, the energy and everything that's involved with that. So any thoughts on my pick for the number 1 dance song?
We wouldn't have thought that you would have picked anything different.
I mean, it's the number 1 dance song for a reason. Like it really legitimately still gets everybody out there. I don't think people think it's overblown. The only challenge for me with that song is that it's 4 minutes and 37 seconds or something. So having as a DJ standpoint, having a shorter version or fading out earlier is good.
That's good feedback. All right.
I think that's an excellent choice for first number 1 dance request song. Absolutely. I think 4 minutes is only giving Whitney the justice she deserves. So if anyone has a problem with that, I think they can go grab a drink and come back when they have, figured that out. So
it's a banger. It never fails. It never fails to get everybody. And like I said, I like it because it's all ages, right? Because at that point, let's get as many people as we can out there, and then we'll move from there. So David is number 2, correct? Did I get that right?
I think I'm number 3. I was going to say, what is it? It's like a 120 situation, isn't it? Right? I mean, you can easily toss some drums under that and mix it into something housey. You can kind of do a lot with it too. So I think that's a great choice for first song of your dance set too.
And Reed, I appreciate you trying to cheat me out of the number 2 pick, but I am not going to accept it. I am going to make this pick,
all right,
regardless of whether you think David or Greg or someone else should.
All right, let's see. What's Alan's pick? Big number 1.
A song that I just want to have in my arsenal is what maybe I would consider to be the last universal hit. Music is getting so fragmented that this is the last song that I can think of that everybody knows, everybody can sing to, and everybody can dance. And if you think I'm going on too long about this, just tell me to shut up, and I will shut up, and I will dance.
I see what you did there.
There you go.
Yes.
Very well done.
So which song
Just
is
so you know,
it?
Alan, you don't have to take the full 5 minutes to make your pick on this draft.
It's the first round, Greg.
What song is it?
Shut up and
Shut
dance.
up and dance.
Oh, like Walk the Moon?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you not catch that? That was well crafted.
I thought it was, he said okay, that's fine. Shut up and dance, walk the moon. I always thought that was like offensive. The title. You don't think that's offensive?
No.
Shut up and dance.
I got
and
a
I
lot
would
more
say-
in my library that's a lot more offensive than that.
From a versatility standpoint, it is a great last dance song as well.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
No.
Well,
Technically, you don't want him to end the night by shutting up and dancing, but I hear you.
great pick, Alan. That one does always hit. I'm gonna give it to my standby, my number one, my heart and soul, Earth, Wind and Fire, September. Do you remember?
That is, we're gonna put
There you go.
David
That
there.
song is timeless. Timeless.
Amazing. What year did that song come out?
It's Motown,
79.
right? It's late 60s, early 70s.
It's never gotten old, ever in the history of mankind.
79. It was mid to late 70s.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy though? Like the lasting power of Earth, Wind and Fire.
Well, for me, that has like a strong connection to my parents too, because I mean, my mom had that Earth, Wind and Fire CD rocking in the car, all the time. So I think it translates to other people too. I mean, that whole album, Let's Groove, Boogie Wonderland, let's go.
Late 78 is when it came out.
There you go.
All right, Greg, bets to you.
All right. I just got a call from Alan privately, and he wanted to trade his next 4 picks for my 4th pick, but I turned him down.
Okay, that's good.
So I'm going to go ahead and make my pick. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, but in the night. But I'm going to get Usher. Yeah.
Usher. Yeah. There you go. That's a good one.
Can I disagree on this? If I play Yeah, I get like 3 people to look at me and go, really? Why? Yeah.
Because it's overplayed.
My general thing is if I can get grandma dancing at the end of the night to Usher, yeah, I won the night. So.
I think you're right there. If you play it at the end of the night, you'll have better luck with it than if you played it.
Yeah, I'm not going in order here. I'm getting it now so I can use it later.
You're good.
I thought we were doing it in the order that we're doing it.
No, we have to reset these because these aren't in a particularly great order on here.
No, I thought you were picking the songs like you were building the playlist. So that
someone check the rule book.
That's your first song, right? Am I wrong in this?
You're
Yes.
wrong.
Oh, this is just. I thought it was more interesting.
We're just picking the best 10 songs we can get,
Yeah, because
and then we'll
put them in order. That's where our skill and ability comes from.
Wow. Okay, you can't do it real time. Okay. All right. I don't agree with. I really don't agree with any of the rules on the podcast at all. Wow. I'm floored. Okay. So we're picking. Okay. All right. I might need a second now. I'm flustered.
Interesting.
Put you
stall
on the
tactic.
clock. You can always, make up at the end of the night your last pick.
All right, I'm going to go with what is it? Number 11 on the top 200 songs. I'm going to go. I can't justify picking Uptown Funk with as many times as I've heard that song in my life, but it is the new Uptown Funk in "Can't Fight This Feeling" by Justin Timberlake. I think that still slaps now, and is almost just as popular. And Dorothy didn't even know that was Justin Timberlake. She was like, I had no idea. So there you go. Any thoughts about "Can't Stop the Feeling"?
Nothing like a troll song.
I think it hits nicely out of Uptown Funk as well.
If I were to sort every song in my library by times played, that's my number one.
Number one.
I played that the most of anything.
There you go. That was number 11 on the top 200 requested songs. Number 2 is Uptown Funk. That's still up for grabs. Alan?
Well, you're spoiling the surprise of my pick a little bit, but I still think Uptown Funk does it. One of the great things is that it is contemporary, but you can also play it early, right? And so it can help set a mood where maybe you're playing some oldies at the beginning, but you can drop in Uptown Funk as a nod to the younger people to say, I got your back. We're gonna keep it contemporary. So that's my number 2.
It does have that old time. I mean, it's a very modern song, but it's kind of got that. I get what you're saying.
It's got a timeless sound. I think that song's going to be around for a very long time. Also, it's got just this iconic intro, and it hits everyone in the face. You hit that riser into that, but this hit that ice cold, and everyone stops and hits the dance floor. That song will be around for a very long time.
Greg, I think on your Get to Know Your Wedding Pro appearance, I think we talked about songs like that and like why Uptown Funk is still like what is it about that song that makes it's like literally the most timeless, played a billion times, it never gets old.
Yeah, it's got a weird combination of R&B, funk, Motown, big band. I mean, really, it's got a lot of In the Mood sort of feels, which In the Mood was the same song 20 years ago. And even though that song's from, the 40s and stuff, but it had that when big band and swing came back, and Frank and Ella and Billy and all those were so huge, that led to people doing ballroom dancing and big, swing and that sort of stuff. And this has that kind of, I mean, if you ever see him in concert, I mean, it's a full band. It's an orchestra, really. And he controls them like an orchestra would have.
Is that a humble brag? Like, have you seen Bruno in concert? That's like
I haven't
brag.
Actually. He's on my list.
I thought you're like, well, when you see him in concert.
I've watched some videos. No. He's on my very few artists that are out now that I haven't seen. He'd be definitely at the top of the list.
He does that with a lot of his music too. And he's done that really well, I think, combining the different decades and bringing them into a new age. And kind of
reminds me of Prince a little bit.
The integrity of it. Yeah.
I think as a Seahawks fan, I think the Seahawks Broncos Super Bowl, right? Because that was when he did his big halftime performance. That to me was when he went to like the other echelon of and I remember we were covering that down that what's the casino in Tacoma? The Tulalip? Muckleshoot.
Muckleshoot's in Auburn.
The one that's on the
Emerald
freeway.
Queen.
Emerald Queen. We covered. They had like 10,000 people watching the Super Bowl there, and Anyway, all right. David's up, number 3.
All right, I'm gonna take this one before anyone else does, because some of us aren't working off of a list. We're working off of our actual experience. But the number one song, I tell you right now, from this day forward. And it's going to be around for a while, is Dua Lipa's Levitating.
Old.
Good one.
I don't even know if I know that.
So hard. I played a prom last weekend. It was a bit of a unique situation. They split them into 5 groups, and they had different groups come in for COVID reasons, right?
Oh, wow.
I did play Levitating 4 out of 5 times. So.
There you go.
Wow.
And are you down on that Blessed Madonna remix, or do you like the original?
Oh my God, I have not heard it.
Oh my God, I know what you're doing on this podcast.
With or without DaBaby?
The DaBaby remix is the one you have to play, because that's actually the iconic bit of it too, which is funny because on bar bangers and stuff, you have to specifically find that one, but the one that's on the radio is the DaBaby version, and that's really the fun bit to sing along to.
I don't think I know this song at all. I haven't been to a wedding with dancing in a while that has this. I do know DaBaby though. That he was on SNL and was talking about how he made millions. Right? Like I made millions by myself or something.
Yeah,
No.
I think you're right.
No.
I am only a DaBaby fan through Dua Lipa.
DaBaby's a good rapper. Greg's up with number 4 here.
I am up with number 4. I am ill prepared for my number 4 pick. I know the one. I'm just going to do I'm going to go and take Journey. Don't Stop Believing.
That's a good
again
one.
For the end of the night.
That's a good one.
And yes, Reed, I have seen them in concert.
You are older.
Actually, it was fairly recently, but yes.
So it was kind of fake.
I remember when I was a kid, my neighbor was a couple years older than me, and I remember the night she went and saw Def Leppard open for Journey in the 80s, and I remember just being like, "What?" I mean, what a show! I mean, I was too young to go, but I remember that would have been just a crazy cool show to go see in the 80s. So stuck with me for a long time.
That's a good one. It always gets people singing at the end of the night. So
yeah,
I like that. I guess this is in my pick now. Speaking, I guess I'll take. I guess because we're not going in order. I guess we'll just one that I would like to have at my repertoire is similar to that in terms of sing along ability. I did actually cover this gentleman in concert when he played in Bakersfield, California. I shot. We got to shoot like the first 2 minutes of when they come out and do it. Neil Diamond and Sweet Caroline. I will take that on my list. I like that one a lot.
Excellent.
And so, yes, I saw him in concert for 5 minutes, and it was like about an hour and a half load in to get set up to cover that. But I got about 2 minutes, and then I had to walk out.
What did he open with?
Coming to America or whatever, right? That's him. Yeah. So anyway, that was good. No thoughts on that? That one kind of went over like a fart?
I mean, so it was like for my fraternity, it was our like initiation song. So when somebody else signed, like to the house, we would all sing it. So I have a lot of positive associations with it. But I think that's honestly, I almost never played at a wedding. And I think that's the reason why. Unless I was like playing for one of my fraternity brothers, I wouldn't do it. I don't know why.
Alan, do you play it?
I sure do. I like it as a song also near the end, like I was talking about Shut Up and Dance, where everybody just kind of comes together and it's a community feeling. So yeah, that's a great pick.
Thank you. Greg is checking his notes and crossing off Sweet Caroline off his draft board.
Well, I didn't have to go to the second page for that one, Reed. There's a reason it's at the top. So.
Oh, good. All right. Alan's up. Number 2. I always forget.
All right. So I'm going to go with an oldie that still feels like a throwback, I think, to a lot of people. The Backstreet Boys, Everybody.
Oh, that is not where I thought you would go with that.
I wanted it, so I reached in the 3rd round.
I would have thought I want it that way. That would have been my Backstreet Boys pick.
Also good, and they play that at the Mariners a lot. So the 15 people that go to Mariner games really enjoy that song too.
I couldn't tell you the last time I heard Everybody. That's a really surprising pick.
Literally an hour ago at the grocery store, and I was literally singing in the hallway. So.
Yeah, I play Everybody instead of I Want It That Way.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I know you have a 90s babies crowd and you're going to play like 3 Backstreet Boy songs, you put I Want It That Way in there. Absolutely.
Yeah, probably first.
I do love that. Yeah, I'm at the age now where a lot of the people like are my age or a little bit younger are getting married. And yeah, it's a lot of songs that like I know now. Like, these like when you get like Blink-182 playing, right? When it's like, all the small, I'm like, when would that ever have been like a song that was played at the wedding reception? But that's good.
Yeah.
David's number 3.
Okay. Well, then speaking of the 90s, well, I could be wrong on that one, but it might be an early 2000s hit. I'm going to take it before anyone else does because it is one of my favorite bangers to play of all time. And it goes out to The Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Wow.
Nice.
I saw The Killers in Spokane, Washington at the Big Easy. Back, like they were not. I don't even think that song he just hit. Whatever the first one.
That one is seems to cross the age barrier. I have to admit, old, young. I think it's definitely a younger thing, and maybe it has something to do with TikTok, social media. I'm not exactly sure, but the younger generation knows that song and loves that.
Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, so even like, Gen Z even likes that song.
Do the Killers still make music?
I think so.
I think yes.
I remember.
Greg?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was not on Greg's draft board.
I like the song, but I can count on one hand how many times I've played it. So it's just me. I'm gonna go with Black Eyed Peas. I Got a Feeling, and I always play a remix of that one that is a little bit faster and a little bit more consistent. I can't remember which one it is right now, but anyway, that one. It's kind of was Uptown Funk before Uptown Funk was there. What is about 4 years before Uptown Funk came out. It has that universal appeal. People love to yell Mazel Tov. I mean, it's cool.
That's a bar mitzvah banger for me.
I can't stand the Black Eyed Peas. All their songs are just so and that song it's the same thing for 4 minutes. I mean, it's like I gotta feel. I mean, the Mazel Tov's fun, but I don't know. I can't stand the Black Eyed Peas. I grew up when they were on like TRL every day. You know, they were in the top 10. Like,
but how about you can't tell me that you don't like "Where Is the Love"? That song is eternal.
It's all right, but that's not
and
really
then
like a banger.
"Pump It" is also a banger, but I wouldn't put it on this list. But "Pump It" is a phenomenal song.
Pump It's a good one.
You could probably mix it out of Mr. Brightside too.
Well,
I think My Humps will still be there for your next pick.
I'm going to go with one that I thought David was going to pick. And when he was talking about like the late 90s or whatever, I'm going to go. And this is a banger too that gets everyone singing. Miley Cyrus, "Party in the USA." I thought that's where you were going.
90s? What?
Like late 90s? Like early 2000s? Huh?
Like that. Well, but no. She's that was like early 2000s. That was like 2005.
"Party in the USA." Miley Cyrus.
That is 2005 or 13.
It is. Does it not have the part? Well, no, it's got the remake. Wow, 09. I am old. Anyway, that is where I'm going to go. You get a lot of that. Really has made a resurgence in the age group that I am at now filming, and the couples that are my weddings. So,
Well, that's because they were in high school when that song came out.
yeah, that's a good one.
And there's some really good, not totally weirded out, but good extra remixes of it, where they still keep relatively the same tempo, but you know, every time she shouts out an artist, they play a little bit of that artist's music. There's a couple of good ones like that.
Watch out for Miley Cyrus's latest album too. It hit very, very, very well with my age group. It's great for if somebody kind of wants an alternative cocktail hour. You can definitely throw a few in there. Her new album is actually amazing.
She was on SNL and was phenomenal. Cool. Like really,
she's only getting better.
She's like grungy. Like she was singing, it's like I'm singing. She was really good. I was like, this is not very. It's crazy. Crazy the evolution of her life.
She's been doing a lot of Joan Jett.
And she's gonna be around. I think she'll be one of those iconic artists that are here forever. For my generation at least.
Mr. Brightside was number 14 on the requested list, so I guess that kind of that shook me, but I guess that's good. Alan, here we go.
Well, Reed, tell me what you want. What you really want.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to have the Spice Girls. I'm going to have them now, and I'm going to play them, and people are going to rock out.
That's a good one.
Wannabe is the name.
Yeah, that's a good one. I know that one. I know Wannabe. That was almost like an ironic song that now has really become like it hits at weddings, right? Or was it never ironic? And
it was a little novelty for a while, but it was popular the first time around also, but it was really their only. Well, they had a couple other ones that were danceable, but they all kind of seem to come out in a big burst there.
That's funny. My first association with that song, I think, is a McDonald's commercial. And that was like the first time I heard it. And I don't know if that is the reason why, but it's possible.
If that's the reason why you like it or you don't like it.
No, I love that song. It's just got such a great hook. And it's instant, right? I love those kinds of things like Funk and Wannabe. That's the name of the song, right?
Wannabe? Yeah, Wannabe. Yep. Yeah. It was like all one, right? Wannabe, like it's all one.
Like when it just dives right in and it's instantly recognizable, but then kind of keeps that energy throughout. Those are great.
There's some really good. I mean, we're gonna have to go through some of these that we didn't pick at the end. There's some good songs on this list. Greg, your turn.
I think David's up.
David's up. Sorry, it was my thing was blocked.
I'm gonna give this one to one of my favorite songs that I didn't appreciate fully until I became a wedding DJ, and it goes out to "It's Raining Men."
Yeah.
And it's a great way to get the girls on the dance floor. You can play a whole lot of kind of, female empowerment songs after that.
Yeah. Pointer Sisters, right?
Do you mix in once they singing and the beat starts, or do you get the long drawn out intro?
Great question. It depends. If I think I actually have enough older folks who'll recognize it, because otherwise, if it's a young group, I'm probably skip straight to the chorus or something like that, because they'll be like, "What is this song? What is this song?" And then they'll leave. Yeah. The second they start to figure it out, they turn right back around.
I like that one. I think that's a good choice. I always remember Love Actually with Hugh Grant when he's like dancing to that when he's the prime minister or whatever. I always think that's funny. All right, Greg, let's go for it.
I take Outcast. Hey, yeah.
I almost didn't take that one out of protest because it is the most depressing wedding song that's ever been known to man.
I'm with you.
What, you don't like Shaking It?
It's a very depressing song. You just like
I'm moving on, picking the next song, so I'm not overly listening to. There's no swear words in it, so I'm not freaking out about the lyrics.
That is number 22 on the list. Alan, thoughts on Hey Ya?
Still works for me, I think. So yeah, good pick, Greg.
Thanks, Alan.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go with one. This is another one of those, like maybe we got a lull in the night. Everyone's getting their drinks, right? You're getting some beer and you hear this song. You come running back. Kenny Loggins, Footloose with a bullet. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You're going to the bathroom. I got to go back and dance to the song before I go do anything else.
I think that's a great pick. And it's also a great song to play kind of early. Like, because it is somewhat universal, all the generations know it. Like, if I'm playing Footloose in a night, it's within my first 10 songs for sure.
Yeah, it's now considered an oldie.
Well, it's not an oldie.
I was going to make an age joke earlier when someone was talking like, oh, that was what was played when I was in high school. And I was going to be like, oh, you mean with like sticks and rocks? But I didn't make the joke, Alan. David
call you out though.
No, I have the pockets. No. Okay, it's David's turn.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's Alan's turn. Dang it. I wasn't even trying. My Zoom blocks half the Google Doc. So that's why I keep messing up.
I wrote it down on a piece of paper, Reed, and it works really well.
That's good. I have to produce the show. I'm typing real time as we pick these songs.
All right.
Well, as you may know, my initials are AC, and there's only one classic rock band that has accepted those. And I just want you to shake me all night long with the AC/DC classic. Like, I just feel like there's 4 or 5 classic rock songs that still just crush it every time, but You Shook Me All Night Long at the right time will bring them out.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's hard. It's a hard song though. I mean, it's like pretty,
The guitar is pretty iconic too. So you can layer that under something and people are going to recognize it pretty quick.
Yeah, it you can't count last year, but it's probably my most played song still, but I saw it dropping off a little bit in 2019 where it was just not that as much. And it's too bad because it was one of those, you could throw it in at just about any point of the night and you like it. And people that are into it are really into it. It doesn't seem like one of those casual, but I think part of it's gone the way of where rock has gone, which it's just not that much rock left. So I like it.
Number 28 on the list it is. And also everybody, Backstreet Boys was number 18. Very surprised. I did not realize that would be so high. So that's good. Alan knows. I mean, that proves, you guys know what's being requested without even looking at the list.
Shook Me All Night Long probably still has the number 1 on this list, most than any other song. It's been a number of years, but I bet you for 15 out of 25 years or 20, it's been the number 1 song.
Also, it is a really dirty song. Right?
That's a fact.
I
can vividly remember hearing it at almost every private event I went to growing up. When I was doing bar mitzvahs, like going to them, we all knew that song because it got played every week. And we loved it. It got all of us on the dance floor.
Very racist.
I don't know if it would be as successful with the current generation, but I think it'd still get a few.
It's just a TikTok video away from being popular.
There's a big fact right there.
All right, David, you're up.
Okay. Well, I can't believe anyone hasn't taken this so far. But I got to give it to Dancing Queen.
I just was eyeballing that number 12. I was eyeballing that.
I have never played that song to an empty dance floor. It has never happened in the history of the world.
We started watching that Mamma Mia the other night. Very, very fun movie. So that I'm getting back into the ABBA stuff right now.
What's speaking of TikTok, Super Trooper is about to be a big one for that very reason. You just watch. There's a viral TikTok going on right now and talking about how Super Trooper is a banger.
Alan,
and honestly, still a banger.
Alan, how is your TikTok game going right now?
Oh, well, David and I, being of the same generation, we're in constant contact about how TikTok is going for us. So it's great.
All my TikToks.
There's that Fleetwood Mac song with the guy on the skateboard.
Oh, Gypsy. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
There you go. Greg, you're up.
I am up, and I am going to take I Like It by Cardi B.
Nice. Unexpected, Greg.
Which one
that would come out of you?
Which one is that?
Number 41.
I like it like that. But
it's a remake.
I like that.
Yeah, well, kind of. I actually I made a little remix myself that extends out the original song, and because I had a wedding, one of them last year that just wanted the original, and so I was playing around with it, and it's it makes it a little. It's got those aspects. It covers the Latin, it covers the big band and swing, it covers modern rap. And you could almost, it might be a nice little bridge from the old to the new somewhere in the end of your first, set sort of thing, 20 minutes in, half an hour in. So, and you can't ignore it. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny headlined WrestleMania this year. Was in a tag team match. He was like the co-headliner. It was a tremendous match. I mean, he really worked his tail off to do that. So I think they won the tag titles. So it was a very exciting year for Bad Bunny. I am going to go with, and I did not see this gentleman in concert. He played at the Wedding NBA a couple years ago when those were an in-person thing in Vegas, and a lot of the wedding vendors went to that, which makes sense because this is a highly rated wedding song. Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It.
Yep.
Is that a good? That seemed like it got a good nod.
Oh,
well, no, I was actually remembering that show.
Yeah, did you go to that? Were you there? Yeah, I think my friend was in Vegas too at the time, and I think we went out as opposed to going to that. But it looked like a very fun show.
I have a love-hate relationship with this song. I actually like it, but so to me, when you're watching, Reed, we talked about this on my podcast. Is a lot of what you're looking at the dance floor is it's a running math equation, plus minus sort of stuff. And this song, I think I even talked about it on that particular podcast. Is it never works for me. I've tried it at the beginning, I've tried it at the end, I've tried it out of a slow, into a slow, I've tried different versions, and I bet you, say the 50 times I've played it or more, it's bombed, like lost multiple amounts of people 47 out of 50 times. Enough to the point where unless it's just a must playlist, I don't even play it anymore.
Wow.
So
I don't play
but it's got that, huh?
I was gonna say I don't play it a lot either.
I love the intro. It's got that, all the stuff we talked about, other songs where you instantly recognizable. It's there. It's kind of cool. I don't know why. So, but I like to listen to it. So,
Alan, your turn.
I do not know what jeans have apple bottoms. However, I do know that I want to play Low by Florida when the time is right.
That's good.
I love these intros. They're very Barbecca of you, I have to say.
Thank you. I think there are some songs like Yeah and Low that feel raunchy, but are socially acceptable. Right. And so as you're trying to sort of signal, we're getting more
PG-13
contemporary, or we're ratcheting it up a little bit. Those are some songs that I think can do that, but not go all the way into Shots or something like that.
Shots, yep. Cool. I will tell a story here. Flow Rider opened the second annual Pitbull cruise out of Miami, and I was about this many vodka sodas in when he took the stage, and it was a tremendous show. And he was carried out into the crowd by his 400-pound bodyguard, and I was touching his back. It was a very fun time. So I'm a big fan of Flo Rida and have seen him multiple times. So it's a good time.
Well, it's all downhill for the rest of this podcast now that story has been
that was a tremendous night. We took a nap and then saw Pitbull at 10 o'clock. So that was a long day.
Do you still have a lock of Pitbull's hair?
I have a signed poster on my wall, and I also still have my wristbands on. So never forget.
We're talking about Flo Rida or Pitbull?
Flo Rida opened for the Pitbull concert.
I see.
So
since when does Pitbull have hair?
Yeah,
that was
that's
the
actually. That's a good. There you go. Thank you.
Making sure I was following along.
It was the last hair that he had.
It was the last hair. All right, David, let's go.
All right. Well, first of all, you guys have been dropping some bombs out here, and I've written down like 6 to choose from, and I can't even decide. So I'm gonna take an unexpected tack here. I'm gonna give it out to my country weddings, and I'm gonna say "Friends in Low Places."
Mm.
That's high here on the list too. I saw that. That's a pretty good pick. So
I wish you do a studio version with the third verse. You know what I'm talking
play
about?
the long version, right, David?
Yeah, it's the only one I got. So,
Yeah. It's the only one you want.
Yeah. I mean, that's a nice like 5-minute sing-along that gets every word. I play the one that just kind of fades out at the end.
It's number 10. It's number 10 on the requested list.
You guys know what I'm talking about, the third verse, though?
No.
Oh, so in concert, I just for you, Reed, I've seen Garth 3 times. And the third verse talks about, because at the end of the second one he leaves basically, and the third one it's like something like something, and I turned around, and I don't know, there's a verse that he says to kick your ass or something to this effect. I'm not going to get the lyrics right, but he only does it in concert. He has never done it in the studio, and so you can't, because there's so much sing along, it's really tough to play. But it's one that people know it and they kind of expect it, and it's just kind of a funny turn. Plus, hearing Garth Brooks say ass is kind of always amusing. So, but in concert, it's the highlight. So,
well, there you go.
Anyway, never mind. My
I like that.
story fell flat.
That's a good. No, I like that. I think that's a wonderful tidbit. I enjoyed that. I was going to say thank you for sharing that. I think that's very interesting.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm up next.
Yes.
I will take. I am going to take "Get Low" by Little John.
Oh. I don't play that at weddings a lot, and that cracks me up because that song was huge when I was in middle school. Like, and I'll play it, but I'm always like, all right, like I know it'll work, but I'm always a little scared.
Build to it. 4th or 5th last song because it's pretty low on BPM, and then you can build from that. And again, it's like, yeah, if it works, it works really well. Oh, so, yeah. And you're right. It's got to be the right audience. I will not play that at my wedding in a month with an older crowd. So
that was the biggest song in the world for like the year or whatever that came. I mean, that was tremendously huge.
Oh, and for the record, I play the edited version of that song. So kind of edited.
That's good. I like that. All right. I'm surprised this is still on the board. This is a big sing-along song. I was going to make, well, anyway, I don't have any funny jokes for this one, but a good sing-along song. You get all the ages. Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer" is always a good one to razzle the crowd up.
I found the best "Living on a Prayer" remix. I played it on my DJ sessions last 2-3 days ago now. Wow. I'll put it in the comments. Like, tell me what you think. It's like a hard house remix, like
that's good.
Bass house remix, but oh boy, it will get used at some point. I do a lot of like EDM weddings too, so I can't wait to put that kind of stuff out.
That's interesting. I like that.
How does it start? Like that's always my challenge with "Living on a Prayer" is that intro is so iconic, but it's long.
I can't even think of the intro in my head right now. Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
about
yeah,
13
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah, yeah,
whoa.
yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. Okay, Alan, you're up.
All righty. So my next selection is sort of something I would play when I might play Footloose, like within that first 10 songs, just to get people going. And it's by Dexy's Midnight Runner.
Yep.
Come on, Eileen. It's a song that lots of people know, and it feels very inviting. So I want to have that in my toolkit.
That's a good one. I think. Am I crazy? Real Big Fish, I think, does a cover of that song that's interesting. There's some ska cover of that song that's very good. Maybe it's Me First and the Gimme Gimmes, but that's a good one. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Also feels like a dirty song. Is that not a dirty song?
They're Australian, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know.
I always thought they were Irish or Scottish.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
David, I'm going to look them up. You go, David. I'm going to look at the origin of Dixie Midnight Runner.
Well,
they're English. Sorry, they're from Birmingham.
Okay,
there you go.
Huh.
Sorry.
My next one goes, if I have like a true like Motown crowd, and I know that they know their Motown, I'm gonna throw in my absolute favorite song, Car Wash.
oh,
That's a good one.
Bold.
That's very
Clap, man, because if you can just get them with the claps.
I like that.
yeah.
It builds so nicely, and then people just lose their minds. It's amazing.
Are you surrounding that with Motown, or are you surrounding that with disco?
I would call it Motown. Is it? Am I wrong? I could be wrong on that. I'm never gonna say that decades are.
It's the heart of disco.
Really?
But they bled over with a lot of that stuff as they got out into the 70s. You know, take Jackson 5, for example.
Right.
Probably 75% of their songs would be Motown, but then about 25% bled into the disco, and then Michael going, solo and stuff. So, but I think and now it's that line has been, blended to even more.
Yeah. And what's, like I had to learn that entire genre, if you will. Like I did my first ever was like a funk Motown party, and the request list that the client gave me at the time, this was years ago, and I was like, yeah, it's not my strong suit, but like if you give me the request, I will make it happen. I tell you, I fell in love with that entire type of music, and I like the playlist was massive. And that party, I will never forget that party. It was a 50th birthday party in her house. And all of these adults, by the end of the night, were drunk off their rockers. And like, I had done a sorority party the night before, and I literally got on the mic. I was like, guys, you guys are partying harder than all of the sorority girls did last night. Like, they were all drunk on the table, just screaming Katy Perry. It was amazing.
That's
not
awesome.
Motown or funk, but like, I did my thing by the end of the night.
Yeah. That's good.
Excellent.
Greg, you're up. You've been frantically making notes there.
I love how studious Greg looks.
Yeah.
I'm planning my set a little bit. We're at the point now, much like fantasy football, where you have to fill out and think about who isn't going to be available for a bye or all that sort of stuff. So I don't have an opener. So my opener is going to be Brown Eyed Girl.
That's a good one. I was going to take that. That is a great song.
I had a challenge one time. A bride wanted to dance with her dad to that song for the father-daughter dance, but the second verse is making love, something about making love in the deep green grass, which is not necessarily advisable lyrics for a father-daughter dance. No. And she wanted a slow version. And so I actually found some dude literally played it in his living room on probably using GarageBand with his guitar and left out that verse and sang it slow. And I emailed him and said, hey, can I borrow that song? And he gave us permission. It was pretty awesome. So
that's good. And you were also respectful of the artist and reached out. So that was good.
Yeah. I mean, we had months to do it, and I just thought it would be the right thing to do. And the bride was kind of cool. She actually gave him a credit in her wedding program. So
Oh,
thought that was nice.
All right, I'm up. I'm gonna go a little more modern. This duo was the top of the world for about 3 years, and then has less been heard of again. This is a banger. LMFAO party rock anthem. I want that in my life.
Excellent. Speaking of Motown, is their dad and grandpa is Berry Gordy.
Yeah, very famous, right?
Wow.
Yeah. They were that and Sexy as I Know It, right? Or Sexy, right? Sexy and I Know It, and then that was it. Then they broke up, right?
Well, they're uncle and nephew. So were you guys, Alan, you were there. Did you guys go to Mobile Beat when they spoke?
I was not at that one.
Oh, okay. Just
Which one?
super. The funny thing is they were in on the joke. And so they lived the life, they did it. And, he talked about growing up with Diana Ross as his godmother and all this other stuff. But you're right. They did it. And then they broke up and kind of went their separate ways. But, part of it is he was like 18 or 20 years older than his nephew. So, but great interview, kind of funny guy. And just, he's in on the joke. I don't know how else to do it, but you're right. Total bangers. That'll be a song that'll be around for a long time too.
Yeah. It got very overplayed at the time, but I think now that with a little hindsight, I think it's better. Alan, your turn.
Hey, you got the order right. Way to go, Reed. All right. So like Greg, I'm trying to fill in my lineup a little bit. And now I'm thinking about the end of the night. I'm thinking about having some songs that I know will cause people to sweat. And Local Boy Makes Good with his partner, Ryan Lewis. Macklemore will sing Can't Hold Us. I literally can't think of when that's ever not succeeded.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Seattle's on.
That is an excellent choice.
Yeah.
Nas.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
That video is cool too with him, like, right? He's on like the pirate ship or something.
All his videos are good.
What happened? Is he?
I just saw him. He played the Billboard Music Awards with that song. Oh. Or I'm sorry, not Billboard. He played the American Idol finale on Sunday night, and they had all the people doing it. So they sang, sang the non-Oz part. So he just did some big during COVID. Sorry, you go ahead, David.
I was gonna say, whenever I play Can't Stop the Feeling, what am I at, 160 at that point, 155 or something? I always go, what the hell do I play now? That's after Can't Stop the Feeling. It's always like, where do I go? And I'll tell you, gentlemen, the answer is Every Time We Touch by Cascade.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a great one.
It's the only one I've got that takes it just a step above. And it gives them a nice break between the jumping, because you can like sing that chorus, get everybody together, nice circle.
That's a phenomenal song. I had a couple that did their first dance to that song, and it was phenomenal.
Was it like an acoustic and then
No, it was like just a song. Like, and they had like a thing, and they came out and they did. Yeah, it was at that Tea Palace or whatever down in Renton that holds 1,000 people or whatever that they do the Vietnamese weddings. Yeah, that was a crazy couple. They were in costume. It was like a whole thing. Didn't use the video at all. In case you were wondering, nowhere on the website. Good. Any other thoughts on that one?
Love it. Oh, wait, it was my pick.
No, it's Greg's pick.
Oh, was it? Okay, whatever.
Did you skip him? Oh, what did you take last, Alan?
No, he did Can't Hold Us.
I picked Can't Hold Us.
Yeah.
And then David did Every Time We Touch, and now it's your turn, Greg.
Well, I think was that your actual pick, or were you just saying that's a great song?
That was my pick.
Yeah. Oh, that's
it was a segue into
brilliant.
my pick.
I worship you.
Oh, no. I dream about you, literally. So
I'm going to take Shout, but I am going to take the Isley brothers version, not this Animal House or Dynatones or whatever else you want. But that's the version I would like.
That's good. I like Shout. It always gets everybody involved.
Yep. It's number 65 on your list.
Yeah, I'm looking through. We're gonna roll through at the end here. We're gonna list some ones that weren't whatever. Oh, I got
you guys keep talking about order. Like, we're supposed to like order these? I was just.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
You're good. Don't worry about it.
All right. For my pick, I'm going to pick one. Alan even played at my own wedding that he DJ'd. This was goes along with our cruise talk about Pitbull. We're going to go with Timber featuring Kesha. That is really good song. There's no way around it. You got the. I mean, that's a good one. So
I think Timber extracts the most dancing still. But I love Don't Stop the Party. And then Fireball. I mean, Pitbull's got some darn songs.
Yeah.
All right. For my 9th pick, I'm going to go with a song that I don't know how to pronounce.
Oh, you're going to.
Yeah, I'm taking it. Danza Kuduro.
Oh, you have to be able to say it. Danza.
I don't have to say it. I'll just play it, brother.
We also had that at our wedding. How do you?
Again, it's a song that just is really consistent. It works. And yeah, David, take notes. That's good.
No, I was crossing it out.
Oh. All right. Do you know how to pronounce it? You can correct me and teach me.
Kuduro. Well, you don't roll the R that much.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it.
I'm Kuduro. That is a kind of
Kuduro.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, yeah, we did our grand entrance of that. Played many a pool in Mexico when Dorothy and I were dating. What is your 9th pick, David?
My 9th pick, because nobody has even said a single one of her songs, and she must be mentioned in any conversation about modern wedding music. And it is a very, very tough choice between the two that I'm currently staring at. But I'm going to give it to Truth Hurts by Lizzo. Love Good as Hell. I love Good as Hell.
Truth Hurts is the right choice.
Fantastic song, but Truth Hurts nudges it out.
Don't know. That is the correct choice of those two. So is Liz. I mean, I guess Liz is still around. I mean, she's sorry.
Oh, around.
I want you to watch the replay and look at David's look on his face when you said that.
I guess she's still.
Everybody kind of took last year off. If you hadn't heard yet, Reed.
I wouldn't know that because every Friday we have like new Kygo music. Every single Friday that he's been putting on, that Dorothy puts on, and there's been a lot of these house DJs or whatever are still producing music. So sorry for that. Greg, you're last for number 9, and then we got our final round here.
I have not taken a disco song yet, so I'm going to take one of my all-time family oriented songs and choose "We Are Family."
How many do we have left?
Almost
one more. Last one after this. 10 total.
It always works.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I like that. So I can picture in my head like a family like putting their arms around each other singing like.
Yeah, early on. I mean, I could come out of Brown and Girl with it if I wanted to, and it just always works. Yeah. If I'm playing that kind of music.
Man, this is it. This is the last one.
Yeah.
All right, I got one. This is a good one. This is a good late night banger. I don't always agree with this man's actions when it comes to dealing with people and people he's dating and things like that. But Chris Brown Forever always slaps, and that you just trail off into the night and 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, I
think R. Kelly's still available too.
R.
Kelly is worse than Chris Brown.
I don't love all of Chris Brown, but that's a wonderful song. So, and it's a beautiful song.
We could do a whole podcast about that subject.
Indeed. That's an excellent choice, Reed. And if you're gonna play any Chris Brown song, you can pick one from before he was an asshole. So there you go.
I like
Can
that.
we say asshole on this thing?
I think we're late.
Video editor, I'm sure he can bleep it out.
We're late enough in. I'm not going to edit this at this point. If anyone's made it this far, we're an hour in. We're gonna roll with it. All right, Alan, this is your big last song.
After virtually every wedding, when I see my 15-year-old daughter, she has one question for me. Did you play any Taylor Swift? And so when I told her about this podcast, she's like, are you going to pick Shake It Off? And I'm like, yes, Lauren, I will pick Shake It Off. So that is my 10th round pick.
That's a good one. I think that's a good one.
That would have been my pick, Alan.
That would have been your last pick?
I'm privileged to have stolen something from you tonight or today.
I had 10A and 10B, so I'll go with 10B if David lets me.
Oh, is it my turn? I have so many. I have to come down to one. I don't want to say this is my last song, but I feel like we haven't said this one near and dear to my heart. Oh God, there's way too many guys. But I'm gonna have to give it to Love Shack. Love Shack.
I also covered the B-52s when they came to Bakersfield, California. That was like a summer concert series, and they played. And then the band that did Manic Monday, who is that?
Bengals.
They did that. It was Love Shack, and then the Bengals played. It was B-52s, and then the Bengals played. That was it. Bakersfield was really the hot spot of all the music in the summer of what would it be? The summer of 2009. That was it. That was a crazy year there. I like that.
David?
Yes, what was that?
You're what?
He's busted.
Understand.
You're what?
Thank you. Sorry. I was like,
what's the song you just picked?
Okay,
do you know a spot in that song where she says you're
right
what?
before the third chorus.
And then he says
Busted.
Tin Roof, Rusted.
In roof. Busted.
Okay. Sorry, I thought that would go better. Reed, can you take care of that and post it?
Well, the good news is Zoom didn't pick up any of David's shout there, so that was fine. None of that none of that made it through the recording, so that was good.
Fantastic.
All right, Greg, this is the big last pick.
Now I get 2 to end the night, right? Because I had to pick last this whole time.
No, but you also you sure?
I am picking my man Ed Sheeran and Shape of You.
There you go.
One of my favorite.
I can count on
songs.
one hand the number of times I've played that at a wedding.
Not thinking out loud.
It's kind of I like it. It's one that has worked in the past. I don't know if it will in the future, but I hope it does. I don't even know what number it's on here. I think it's down quite a ways.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say you didn't do thinking out loud. I mean, that was kind of. But I mean, are we presuming?
Well, that's we aren't doing slow songs.
But you could have done a slow song at the reception.
We were skipping slow songs.
You could have done a slow song.
Yeah, I mean, I would do. So yeah, we just skipped all the slow songs. So
I think you could have put one in. You could have done. No,
we had a no slow song rule. If you were paying attention to the rules at the beginning,
it was not, so.
This is remarkable. All right, so we got the final list.
We have a podcast about the rules that we set up for this podcast.
We really need that. All right, so here's the final list, and then we're going to do. We'll blast through a couple of these songs real quick. Greg had Don't Stop Believing, I Got a Feeling, Hey Ya, I Like It, Get Low, Brown Eyed Girl, Shout, We Are Family, Shape of You. David had September, Levitating, Mr. Brightside, It's Randy Men, Dancing Queen, Friends in Low Places, Car Wash, Every Time We Touch, Truth Hurts, Love Shack. Alan, Shut Up and Dance, Uptown Funk, Everybody, Wannabe, You Shook Me All Night Long, Low, Come On Eileen, Can't Hold Us, Danza Kuduro, and Shake It Off. And I had I Want to Dance with Somebody, Can't Fight the Feeling, or Can't Stop the Feeling, Sweet Caroline, Party in the USA, Footloose, This Is How We Do It, Living on a Prayer, Party Rock Anthem, Timber, and Forever by our good friend Chris Brown. Any thoughts to that?
I think your entire list, Reed, was like 120 to 128.
Is that bad?
No, but it's interesting.
See, I don't know. That doesn't mean anything to me. So, I mean, is that good?
I mean they're all like party bangers. Oh. Yeah, for sure. You could mix all of those quite easily.
There you go. I might maybe I'll start moonlighting as a wedding DJ when the receptions get back open. The top, any of these that, well, maybe I'll do the top 20 of these requested songs. Whitney Houston, number 1. Uptown Funk, number 2. Sweet Caroline, Don't Stop Believing, Yeah, Shut Up and Dance, September. We've got all these. 8, Cupid Shuffle. Didn't no one pick that. Cha-Cha Slide, no one picked that. Friends in Low Places, we did pick that. Can't Stop the Feeling, Dancing Queen, The Wobble. No one wanted The Wobble. Mr. Brightside, Living on a Prayer, Ed Sheeran, Perfect, I Got a Feeling, Everybody, Backstreet's Back, Wannabe, and Footloose. So
Nice.
Bruno Mars, Marry You was on there. Yeah. Anyway, Hey Ya, number 22. Anyway,
Can we get an honorable mention for Sandstorm?
What is
I
that?
just like to throw that out there.
What is that?
Sandstorm. Oh, come on.
I don't know that.
It's an honorable mention. It goes great out of Can't Stop the Feeling, too. Or no, Can't Hold Us. I did a crazy, like, on the fly mashup of that the last wedding I did.
Alan, isn't that the rally song for the Mariners?
You're thinking Ken Kraft.
Well, it's been a long time since they've played a rally song. So
whoa.
Zombie Nation.
That's right. You're right.
There's some real fun remixes of that too.
Well, this was a fun experiment. I don't agree with all the rules that went down, but I think it was still a good experiment. But yeah, thank you guys all for participating. Hopefully, you guys will share this all in your DJ community, and this will get some views on this podcast. Anything else before we go?
Well, I just want to say I threw in the comments that song I mentioned before. It was not "Living on a Prayer." It was "It's My Life." It was a Bon Jovi remix.
Okay.
I love that. It's My Life. That is a good song. Bon Jovi, that guy knows a thing or two about making music. Oh,
sorry.
That's okay.
Well, thank you so much for having us on, Reed. I really appreciate it. This was a ton of fun, guys.
This is a little more improv today, but this was good. We'll be back with more serious talks next time. But yes, I appreciate it. Anyway, yes, for everyone else, I'll say goodbye for Alan, Greg, and David. Thank you so much for watching this podcast.